As promised, let's go to the Vaqueros Cafe and Cantina hotline. Look who it is. It's, speaking of born in the USA, a man who I've just found out was born on this day.
Hey, what?
Yeah. Born on this day. I'm reading his story at Inside Texas this morning.
Is that true?
So it turns out that Bobby Burton and my wife share a birthday, August the 30th. And happy birthday to both of them.
Happy birthday, Bobby.
Happy birthday, Bobby.
Y'all just don't want to know how old I am.
That's fine. I'm not saying my wife's age either, Bobby. That's not going to happen. But how are you, my friend? It's football season, and your line of your story said every year you receive the gift of football returning for be on August the 30th. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I love it because that means I get to be in Austin on game day because almost every first game of the year is in Austin. So I make sure I'm there and doing that. I just this season feels a little bit different to me, guys. I mentioned in the story today on Inside Texas that it's been a decade, more than a decade, since I predicted Texas to win 10 regular season games. And I've been doing this for, almost 30 years now, I guess. It's the first time since 2010, since the year after Texas made a run at the national championship, that I've been this high on the Longhorns. Now, obviously, that year turned out so bad because they just didn't get it done at so many different positions, but particularly at quarterback. Since then, it's been this mix of they had some things but not others, the team did. This year, I think a lot of things are coalescing, whether it's talent, whether it's quarterback potential, whether it's a culture that I think is developing. The health of the team is an overwhelming positive right now going into the year. Last year alone, they lost 2 starters before the first game, right? Mm-hmm. So all of those things mixed together right now for, going into this season, I said it was, I used the term exercise some demons, and I feel that way about this team this year.
Hey, Bobby, what are your biggest, because there's a lot of optimism, and I think that's something that's going throughout the Longhorn community right now. What's your biggest concerns? What's your biggest concern going into the season?
Quinn Ewers taking that next step. Steve Sarkisian says it pretty plainly, right? The quarterback is the most important position on the field, Rod, and I agree with him. And I saw Quinn Ewers that sometimes looked fantastic last year, sometimes looked befuddled, right? Mm-hmm. Where is he going to be this year in that growth process? We know he's going to be better, but how much better? Is he going to be an A+ Quinn Ewers, or is he going to be a B Quinn Ewers? And where does Texas need him to actually, ascend to where they want to go?
And that is the question, right? Quinn Ewers, and obviously we saw him again this week at the availability. He looks like a different person. He's down in weight. He's slim. Hair is cut. Looks like he's going in the military or something. The teammates are talking about him differently, and this having covered him through recruiting. I've made the claim, Bobby, that this is a big year for him. To me, he's either going to be a part of the draft in April, or he might very well be in the transfer portal, and he's going to play himself into one or the other. With the quarterback room at Texas, those are kind of the deals. And with his family, the reason that they sped up his clock by reclassifying his senior year was to be a part of the draft class of 2024. So that's the goal, and that's really where it is for him. And if he chooses door number 1, which plays his way into being a high draft pick in April, that would be obviously best case scenario for Texas. Obviously, the alternative would be he doesn't play very well, and I think we're having a different conversation.
I agree, Aaron. I think that the transfer portal's a ways off. I think there are steps between here and there. I think you could see Quinn Ewers easily start for two years at Texas, starting now. The question, though, and I've talked about this with not only Rod and you and others. He has such innate talent, for throwing the ball, that even a B year from Quinn Ewers might be a draftable grade of first or second round. That he has that much talent. Rod, when guys can make those throws, all you need is one NFL GM to get enamored, right? And I think that's what you're dealing with right now. And to be fair, guys, I mean, it's not just Quinn Ewers who has talent in the quarterback room. Malik Murphy and Arch Manning are also very, very talented. So that's part of why I like Texas right now in this conference and for this season. It's not just Quinn Ewers. They don't have a proven backup, but I'm telling you, they've got talented backups, not just at quarterback, but just about every position on the field.
Yeah, I agree. Bobby Burton of On Texas Football and, of course, of Inside Texas joining us right now on the Vaqueros Cafe and Cantina hotline. Hey, I want to ask you also, Bobby, about the defense. And people are not really sure if this defense is going to take a leap to go from good to great to maybe elite, or if this defense is just going to, most people are sure it's not going to have a regression, but whether the defense is going to take a leap, I think that's something that's still up in the air. Or are you expecting the defense to be much better than it was last year?
Better, but I don't know how much better, Rod. So one of the things that I found very interesting, so I went to the preseason press conference that Coach Pete Kwiatkowski, the defense coordinator, was at, and it was really interesting. I mean, he had gotten it down to 4 things he wanted the defense to improve on: sacks, turnovers, third down, and fourth down.
Mm-hmm.
When a defensive coach can start, or an offensive coach, right, Rod, can start narrowing down on the things he wants to improve on, that is a really good sign for the growth of your overall team and defense, right? It's like, well, if I have an explosive offense in this off season, I want to work on red zone offense, or I want to work on third down offense. When you start to be able to narrow your focus like that, I think that means that the defensive coordinator or the offensive coordinator, whoever's saying that, has a great deal of confidence in the base defense, and now it's about executing the finer points, right? And so you didn't hear him say those things last year. You heard him say, we just need to get better, we need to tackle better, the fundamentals, right? Now it sounds like they're hyper-focused on the smaller points. And that tells me, as a longtime observer, that they're pretty confident in their defense. Now they want to take that next step. And so when you focus on things, you tend to do better at them, right? And so I actually do think they're going to take a step up. I expect the defense to be the leader of the team most of the year. Even though they have this explosive offensive personnel, I really like the defense this year. And they were the better unit last year. So I feel like Texas is going to be pretty good on defense this year.
Bobby Burton is with us, Inside Texas and On Texas Sports. And Pete Kwiatkowski's defense, his first 3 years at Boise State, finished 20th, 25th, and then 3rd. Washington, 41st, 13th, and then the 3rd year was 8th nationally. And then at Texas, 99th year 1, 28th last year. Can they make that 3rd-year progression under Coach Pete Kwiatkowski? His track record would tell you they have a chance to make that leap, especially with the coaching continuity and the personnel on the defensive side of the ball. All reasons the Longhorns are optimistic. Well, we're optimistic too. Bobby, when you guys launched On3 Sports, and Inside Texas is a part of that growing brand, On3, you're based in Nashville, and that's where On3 has taken off. But we're excited, Rod and I, to be part of the Inside Texas and On3 Sports group now moving forward, because Rod's been doing a lot of work with you guys, and and I have been talking, and you're going to allow me to be a part of your family on game day to do some in-game watching, kind of a Manning cast on your YouTube channel. Tell folks about that and how that's going to work for folks. And again, it's not for, you don't even have to be a subscriber of Inside Texas to be able to watch all the content on the YouTube channel. But really excited to be a part of this, and thank you very much.
Well, Aaron, I think you're the perfect fit, right? I mean, it's something you and Rod did during the COVID year when nobody could go to the games, right? And so it's the YouTube channel is called On Texas Football, and every Saturday we'll have some pregame shows, et cetera, that people can download or watch live, however they want to do it. But once the game starts, you're going to have one person each quarter from the Inside Texas staff and kind of picking their brain and talking about the plays as they develop. I hope it should be fun. It's a different way to watch a game. Some people don't want to hear the telecast. They want to watch something else or hear something else alongside it. And so we hope that this is something that's proven popular in other markets around the country, whether it's Florida State. Florida does one as well. There's a bunch of different teams that do it. and it's really a fun way. You can also chat with friends at the same time, which I think is kind of cool. But Aaron, I appreciate not just you, but Rod working with us at on Texas football as well as Inside Texas, because we're trying to be the place for Texas football fans to call home, whether that's on YouTube or at our website, InsideTexas.com. We just appreciate you guys being a part of it so much.
Yeah, Rod will
It's a great team.
Yeah, and you and Rod will be doing a post-game show on that very same channel, which immediately following. Again, there'll be 100,000 people at the stadium on Saturday for home games and then on the road games. But there are millions of Longhorn fans that aren't at the game that are going to be watching it, and hopefully they'll watch along. And because, as you said, having done, fans will see it as kind of the Manning cast, right? When you watch Monday Night Football, but you're watching it with Peyton and Eli Manning, and they're breaking the game down, and they're bringing on guests, and they're taking you behind the scenes. That's what we're going to do with the end game. Watch it with us, with Inside Texas and the YouTube channel, Bobby, with your experts, and then we'll add guests to that. But having done it, as you said, during COVID, you learn a lot. There's a lot of downtime in a football game. And there's reviews and commercial breaks and injury timeouts. And so there's a lot of conversation time where you can talk about the game, talk about things in real time. And obviously we won't be airing the game. You'll be watching the game on your television as normal, but you'll have your laptop up or your iPad or however you're going to do it. And you'll be watching along and being able to comment and hear the opinions of the insiders, whether it be Rod or yourself or Jerry Hamilton or any of the great insiders at Inside Texas. It's a really cool way, as you say, to turn down the TV volume a little bit and get inside the game as the game goes on in real time, which I think is a lot of fun. And I'm excited to start it this week with the Rice game at 2:30. So pretty awesome. Tell them again, Bobby, how they can be a part of Inside Texas, but also a part of that YouTube channel with you and Rod and myself and everything that's going on there on a daily basis.
Yeah, absolutely. So Inside Texas, go to InsideTexas.com. Right now we have a special, $1 for 1 month. It's an introductory offer. If you've never tried us before, give us a try. Join the community. I think we're doing 10 articles a day just on the Longhorns football team right now to give you a sense of the type of coverage that we're trying to provide for the Longhorns. It's authoritative, I think. It's also introspective. A lot of different angles there. Recruiting is covered, obviously, as well. That's my former background where I kind of grew up in this industry. As far as the videos are concerned, go to YouTube and just type in the search bar on Texas football, and you'll get a lineup of videos that we've done. Rod and I did one last night, talking with folks, along with Jerry Hamilton, talking with folks about the team and recruiting, et cetera. It's a new way, a fun way to join in with a Longhorn discussion, in my opinion.
Well, me too, and excited. Happy birthday, Bobby. Happy birthday, my friend.
Bobby.
54, guys, by the way, 54.
Yeah.
Older the violin, the sweeter the music there, Bobby. It's only a number. It's only a number. Hey, have a great one, bud, and we look forward to working forward with you for the future, and look forward to more conversations. Have a great birthday.
All right, I appreciate it. Let's have some fun.
Thanks, Bobby. Talk to you later.
That's the breaking news. You'll be part of the post game. I'll be part of the real time in game. And you remember myself and Brad Kellner did that back in the day.
Oh yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's basically like a little Benny watch party.
Yeah,
and everybody can kind of join on in.
Crack open a cold one and talk football.
You got questions, you want to complain, and you want to rant about something. You can do it. You can do it right there within the discourse right there on Texas football. So I think it's going to be really, really good. I think you're going to have a lot of people that are going to be.
I do too.
That are going to be really, really active on those chats, because Longhorn fans, they basically do this on social media anyway.
Well, yeah, instead of screaming and yelling and going to Twitter, you can actually just watch and ask you a question when you're on for your quarter, and you and I are talking about the game.
There you go.
That's exciting.
You have access to experts instead of just going on to Twitter
or you can be the expert too. Oh, trust me, you can.
You can be the expert too.
You can be the expert too.
Yeah. Oh no.
Tell us how we're wrong. That's what it's all about. And we appreciate Bobby and our partnership with Inside Texas. That's going to be a lot of fun.
It's a community. It's a community.
And want to remind you that before the game on Saturday, I'll be on doing the in-game cast on every game. When the game begins. But before the game, Rod and I are going to be hanging out down on campus, the Mockingbird Saloon, Rod. Mockingbird Saloon is right there at 27th and Guadalupe. It's between the Kirby Lane and the In-N-Out Burger. It's a great little sports bar, and and gin joint, as they would call it. Got TVs. We'll be watching games, getting ready for the ball game. And so come on out. We'll be there noon to 2 with a live broadcast here on the Horn Rod.
It's gonna be
noon
great.
to 2.
Ty's going to be hanging out.
Ty will be there, our members of our staff and you. So come on by, have yourself a cold one and enjoy it with us, cold Bud Light or whatever you choose, and we'll have some fun. Get ready for, we'll be watching TCU in Colorado. As that game will be going on while we're there.
Ooh, yeah.
Noon to 2. Spread the word. Tell your buddies if you're down on campus going to the game, come on by Mockingbird Saloon on Guadalupe, right down by the Kirby Lane. Come and see us noon to 2. And then join that YouTube channel with Inside Texas, Rod, for the in-game conversation and then your postgame.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun. I can't wait for it. I'm excited for you. I'm glad you're a part of the team. They got a great team over there, Inside Texas and Owen Texas football. So
and we're making them part of our extended team, which is a great thing here on the Horn, which we're excited about. Austin's only local morning sports conversation is right here on the Horn, on your radio dial and, of course, digitally on that Horn app, on your smart speaker, and at hornfm.com. Coming back with Bullish or BS.